Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today our group, which is under 5, would like to present our project with the title of Child Mortality Levels. But before that, I would like to introduce me and my group members. My name is Siti Norisha binti Arifin.
My name is Raina Auni Putri binti Ramli.
My name is Nurihanisa binti Jafar.
And my name is Wan Aina Nabila binti Wan Muhammad Hamdi.
Alright, so now we will proceed with the presentation of Power BI, and this is our home interface. And if you click the next button, it will lead to the About interface.
So about child mortality levels, to achieve Sustainable Development Goals 3.2, the government and doctors have to work together in order to reduce number of 5 deaths that occur mostly in less developing countries with less access to healthcare. However, we need to address the factors that lead to the increase and decrease of deaths. With all the data provided, we can analyze the data and extract some information. Understanding the data is important as all the action can be taken just by analyzing the data. Next.
Okay, so for the analysis one, the visualization shown here is also known as a waterfall chart. This chart shows a visualization of the number of child mortality for both sexes for every category, include neonatal death, infant death, and under 5 death. This chart also answers the first research question, which to find which year had the highest and lowest number of mortality for both sexes. So the chart show data from 2014 to 2019. As you can see here in this chart, there are 100 smaller circles arranged in 10 by 10 arrangement. The circles are colored, which is the purple color, is to represent the proportion we want to see, which is to visualize how many child mortality by the year. So because of 1 year is represented by one chart, this chart have 5 waveform chart. This chart also include a percentage for every chart. So the difference of each year we can see more clearly. For every for our analysis, we can see from the chart that in 2014 there is 100 percent of child mortality, which is also the highest among the other year. And in 2019, there is 97% of child mortality, which is also the lowest among the other year. We can see also in 2014, there are also colored circle, more colored circle on the chart than the other chart. While 2019, there are fewer colored circle on the chart than the other chart. So we proceed to analysis 2. So the second visualization we use is the tree map graph. So tree map are the data visualization that show how data is organized in a hierarchy. This tree map graph show all category of child mortality for both sexes, which include neonatal death, which is here we can see ND, infant death ID, and under 5 death UFD. So this graph answered the second research question, which is to find which category of child had the highest number of mortality for both sexes. So this graph is made up of a succession of nested rectangle with size the proportionate to the data value. So we can see in this graph, there are 3 nested rectangles with their own size. So the largest rectangle indicate the most value. We also see here both sexes for UFD have the largest rectangle compared to the rectangle of ID and ND. So thus, it shows that the highest number of child mortality for both sexes is UFD, which is under 5 deaths. So we proceed to analysis 3.
Okay, so for analysis number 3, The basic visualization design used is a cluster bar chart. So it shows the highest and lowest sum of all category by country of charm authority. In this data, the top 5 countries of highest and lowest were highlighted in the both charts. The attributes include countries and sum of category, which are summation of category number of infant deaths, neonatal deaths, and under 5 deaths. As observed, the highest sum of all category by country of child mortality of top 5 countries are India, Nigeria, and Pakistan, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Ethiopia. However, for lowest sum of all category by country of child mortality of top 5 countries are Cook Islands, Andorra, Monaco, Niue, and San Marino. So to answer the research question number 3, which is what is the top country that holds highest and lowest number of child mortality? The India was top on the chart with sum of 11.9 million, followed by Nigeria and Pakistan that are located on the Southern Asia and West Africa, while the lowest on chart was San Marino with 4 number only. The lowest countries on charts were mostly identified as isolated and have low range number of locals. From this chart, the highest and lowest sum bar of all category is highlighted in a little bit darker color, and we can see the huge gaps of range, both number of highest and lowest, as the highest countries was mostly in millions, but the lowest country was only in 2 digits number. So proceed.
Alright, proceed to analysis 4. The chart shown here is a radar chart, also known as spider chart. This chart is used to answer the research question on which region is dominant in having problem of child mortality. First of all, this dataset consists of 6 regions in the world. At first glance, the chart tells us that Africa region is leading in terms of child mortality for all category under 5 death, infant death, and neonatal death for each year, starting in 2014 until 2019, except 2018. Among all deaths of children in every region, African region have approximately 28 million number of deaths. Next to African region, Southeast Asia region followed by 15 million, and Eastern Mediterranean region with 10 million of children deaths total in 5 years. For Western Pacific, European, and region of Americas, total accumulate for number of deaths is less than 4 million. But even though the number is low compared to the top dominant region, it is still a number that is quite large because it is about death after all. Okay, now we proceed to analysis 5.
Alright, so lastly, I'm going to explain about the fifth analysis. And if you click the analysis 5 button, it will redirect to this interface that's gonna display a tornado chart. Tornado chart is used as it can greatly compare the relative importance of different variables. And in this analysis, we would like to compare between male and also female variables for each category by region. And analysis 5 will answer the research questions number 5, which is to find the difference between the number of cases for attribute females and male in each category by region. Apparently, there are only 2 categories that contain the female and also male children attribute, which is infant and also the under 5 category. Thus, a 2 separate tornado chart will be used to differentiate between those 2 categories better. And as you can see up here, there is an icon baby and also a child, which represents the infant category and also the under 5 category. Then we will mainly focus on the region that has the most number of cases. In this data, a total of 6 regions were applied. According to the basic visualization design statement, the dark blue color will represent the male attribute and female attribute will be the dark red color. As observed, for both categories, the region with the most number of cases for both male and female would be the African region. And in infant category, the number of male mortality cases for African region would be approximately around 5.2 million cases, while the female attribute holds a number of 4.1 million cases. From this chart, we can see that male attributes had more number of cases compared to the female attributes. To answer the research question number 5, the differences in the number of mortality cases for female and male attribute is 1,071,233 number of cases. Right, so if we click the under 5 category button, as you can see, the number of male cases for African region would be around 7.5 million cases, while female cases would be 6.3 million. Same as the infant category, the male attributes had more number of cases compared to the female attributes. Hence, the difference in the number of mortality cases for female and male attribute is 1,233,382 number of cases. In conclusion, the under 5 category had a larger number of differences compared to the infant category. And that's all for our presentation, and thank you.